Folks, on today's podcast, we have a very special guest. He's causing commotion. He's out of Texas. His name is the Mexican OT.
I'm trying to shower. Shut the f up.
Today, we have a very special guest. We're here with Mexican OT. Where are we right now?
That bean roll tea.
Yee! Where are we right now?
Fucking Chicago. Windy City.
And
Shout out Chi-Town.
Why are you in Chicago?
We got a show, man. Sold out tonight.
Dude.
Yeah.
You're going on tour. Date after date is getting sold out.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
Feels good, man. You know, it's cool. It's a blessing seeing everybody rock out with me.
Dude, seeing the audience is there like 3-4 hours early. We just went to sound check. We got back.
Yep.
It's absurd. Isn't it absurd what life can become?
Yeah, crazy. It's unreal, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you know, it's crazy because, like, when I see like, I'll see Michael Jackson perform, like, videos of him, of course. Like, videos of him performing, the crowd is, like, shaking the building. And I get emotional watching other people do it, but, like, I've never been emotional on stage. Like, I sat there and I thought of it earlier, like, why don't I feel anything on that stage? Like, why don't I you would think I'd get teared up seeing my own, you know, but like it just doesn't resonate with my own shit.
Do you feel like you tear up much? Because I've been noticing weird things. Like if the national anthem plays, sometimes I'll get tears in my eyes.
I mean, if they killing it, hell yeah. Because of first of all, of what it's saying, what it stands for, and then if you just raw killing it, yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
I feel like one thing that I really like about your motion, your wave, is you're kind of changing everything. You're throwing it on its head. Like you have your own flavor, your own style. You're not playing by anyone's rule book. You're kind of writing it as you go.
Right.
Does it feel like that to you?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, you know, but I think that's what keep it entertaining for me and keep it entertaining for them. You know, it's a lifestyle at this point. Like literally, I'm just being me and, you know, like you said, writing it as I go. It's fun.
Yeah, you're very exuberant. You have this just powerful presence. When you step up in the room, it's like, whew, like
right.
Mexican OT is here.
Right.
It's really cool to see.
Thank you.
I need some business advice from you, okay? I recently got a contract from a record label. They're thinking about doing one single with me.
Wow.
These are the numbers. Tell me if you think this is shiesty or this is a good deal. So they get 2/3 of the song. Or actually, sorry. They get 20% off the top. But then they get another 2/3. I get a third, and I have to split my third with the artist that I'm performing. So basically, I get like 8% of the whole song. Does that sound like bullshit?
I don't know. It might sound good I guess it really just depends, like, on what you're bringing to the table. Like me, the label came to me, so I had more leverage. You know what I'm saying?
The way I explained it, I think I threw out
that might sound like crazy bullshit to me, but that might be the greatest thing you've ever done.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
But this is what I guess what I'm wondering is like, and you had a lot of labels, I'm sure, knocking on your door, right?
Yeah, I had a bidding war going over me.
You got to kind of look behind the curtains a little bit.
Yeah.
Some people say the music industry, Illuminati, all that, like they kind of have it as like this shadowy figure. Did you see any of that, or is that kind of just like rumors?
I'm sure it's definitely there, but they've made a big ass rumor of it, you know. But I'm sure it's definitely there, but it ain't like what you think.
So is it
at least
basically,
I haven't seen it,
because you had so much independent buzz? You got to walk into those meetings with. It was like you had 5 girlfriends that wanted to date you, so you got to, you know, they had to outdo each other to be the ones with the lipstick on at the end of the night. Right?
That's exactly what it was.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was cool, definitely meeting all them and shit.
So from what I hear, you've just almost always been a rapper. If I remember correctly, my friend Brandon Buckingham told me that from 5 years old, your parents were waking you up and having you practice rap. Give us a picture of what it was like. They
didn't have me practicing; they had me doing it.
Yeah,
yeah.
Tell us about that. What was that like as a kid?
It was insane, you know. Like my mom, she had boyfriends. They come home with their CDs, like, you know, and like burnt CDs with their songs on it. They be playing it in the room, and I just start rapping over it. You know, my mom would be like, "V-Man said, fuck your music. He trying to rap." You know, and it's just, you know, as a kid, I wasn't thinking much of it. You know, I'm just doing what I love, and my parents was backing me up. But now that I look back at it, it's a very beautiful thing. You know, because a lot of them are like, "No, go to school, get a job." You know. They were like, fuck that.
You were telling me earlier that you failed the first grade, or that you were failing first grade?
Yeah, I did. I failed twice.
How do you, did you just not give a shit? Were you just not, did you not show up to class? Like, What were you like as a first grader?
Man, I remember in first grade looking at my teachers like, bitch, I will fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember already dapping the older kids up and snapping, you know what I'm saying? I was already thinking I was a gang member. I was walking to school already, you know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't come home till like 11 o'clock at night. You know, my mother would help me read. Like, I would cry when she'd help me read. I remember I'd start crying because, like, I'd freak out. Like, I'd suck at it. She's yelling at me, all this pressure. She'd be like, shut up, or I'll give you a reason to cry. And, you know, teaching in school really wasn't just good with me and her. So, like, I just didn't do it.
By the sounds of it, you were more gangster in first grade than I ever was in my entire life.
Yeah. I mean, there just wasn't no discipline, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We were just fucking.
So you were kind of roaming free as a kid?
Hell yeah. I remember it'd be 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night. My mama riding around the neighborhood screaming my name. You know what I'm saying? Looking for me, ready for me to come home. But I was out doing what I was doing. I remember there was like a little crip hideout in the woods for the little kids and shit. You remember that shit?
Crip little kids?
Yeah. Behind the apartments, there was a little hideout in the woods. All the little Crip niggas.
Crip first graders, dude?
Yeah. We were thugging out there.
That sounds insane, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, what kind of like trouble did you get into? Because I know when I was a kid, it was like...
I couldn't keep my hands to myself. I was always like, just muscling kids. I was always, you know what I'm saying, getting into dumb fights.
Were you big for your age?
I thought I was, but I'm probably not.
But you have that kind of like that bulldog in you where you know how to step up into the spot and kind of puff the chest a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. And you know what I'm saying? And then having my father in my life, you know, he shit.
Was he always that jack? Because your dad is jacked as shit.
I think the biggest my dad was like 320. I think he was juicing at the time.
Oh, so that was muscle. He wasn't fat.
Yeah, solid like 320.
320 with muscle is frightening, dude.
Yeah, frightening. Cause like I seen him do it, and he looked like he 250, but he's like 180. You know what I'm saying? So like that muscle, like to have that.
He must have been spending half the day bench pressing, dude.
Bro, eating apples. You know what I mean? Like, bro, just going crazy.
Damn.
Yeah, so, even when he was in jail, he would like, there's been dudes that I know that was locked up with my pops. He was like, man, I remember seeing your dad squat people in prison. He'd get like the fattest motherfucker, throw him on his shoulders and just just start going. You know, he would be against the wall and he would have like 5 motherfuckers pressing against him, like pressing him against the wall, and he'd be all about explosiveness, pushing them off of him. You know.
What would you do if you had to serve a good amount of time? Do you know how you would spend that time?
No. Like, that's why I tell my dad, like, because I think he did like 6, 7, you know.
That's a long chunk of your life, man.
Bro, you come out like, a lot happens in a month, a year. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, he came out and there were touchscreen phones. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it must be kind of hard to adjust to that.
Yeah, for sure. There's people that have been locked up since the 80s. They're finna get out today and be like fucked.
I can tell in Milwaukee, like when a guy recently got out, because like he's still wearing the Timberlands and like his pants are low. Like the style is so different now that you can just tell that they're way behind.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, for sure.
It
fucking
must feel
3X
like
white tee and shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, the G unit.
Yeah.
Those days, I feel like that was the pinnacle of gangster rap because
I had both of his video games. I had G Unit muscle shirts. I had the pants. I had G Unit shoes. Like, I used to have all that shit.
And that you were in like what, 2nd grade when G Unit was huge. So that was probably the shit that you were listening to as you were looking at your teachers wanting to fuck them.
Right. That's exactly what I was jamming. I'll take you to the candy shop.
But I see in one of the studio sessions you did, you were listening to George Strait. You had like some old soul. So did you get a diverse range of music in your life, or were you mostly
you gotta
like
understand, like, this cowboy shit ain't for the camera. Like, my dad's side of the family, I come from a long bloodline of cowboys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, so, you know, all my family was jamming that shit. You know what I'm saying? My cousins, my nanny, they're all cowboys. You know.
I feel like people...
My Pepo Chico won a plaque, Cowboy of the Century. He died at 99 years old.
Cowboy of the Century.
The whole southern Texas. I want to say a little piece of Louisiana, too, came, and they all came together and basically Texas, little small-ass town, and gave my Pepo Chico the Cowboy of the Century plaque. My Pepo Chico was like 6'3", you know what I'm saying? I'm sure as he was older, he was like 6'5". You know, you start getting older, you get a hunch. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, bad motherfucker, bro. Like, literally dedicated. His whole life, he was a cowboy. That's how he made his living.
Dude, cowboys are some of the toughest bastards because, like, you have to wrangle bulls and cows.
Fucking with barbed wire all day, building fences, that sun beating your skin up. You know what I'm saying? It's more than just cattle and dealing with maintenance and shit. Like, you're out there in some crazy ass conditions of weather, you know?
Do you ever think about when you get older that, like, when all of this is said and done, and you stacked up your money, you did your career, knocked out everything you wanted to do? Like, do you ever picture having like a really quiet, like, rural life where you have like acres and acres and acres?
Yes, it's all part of the plan. I don't even need no big ass mansion. Like, I just need like 8 acres and a badass double wide trailer.
Some double wides are really nice, too.
Bro, fireplaces, Grand Island, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, double wides go down, bro. And I don't need too much, man. I just want to be happy.
One thing that we talk about a lot of crazy ideas in the car when we're driving back and forth. And like, you know, we'll meet some rappers that like they put a significant amount of their dime into bling. Like,
that shit's ridiculous.
Like a half of their net worth is in bling.
Yeah, for sure.
And one thing we were curious about is does the label ever talk to you guys and be like, hey, like here's a financial plan or here's a budget?
I die right now and they won't give a fuck.
Really?
6ix9ine got jumped, beat the fuck out of, and all they ain't give a fuck about that. As long as we got his back end and we got, you know, his views and his streamings, man, we'll go help you knock him off. Type shit, you know, like they don't give a damn about us.
So it's cutthroat.
Bro, they don't give a damn about us. They like me because I bring them money.
Mm-hmm. So you're important to them as long as you're hot, but as long as when you're not hot anymore, see ya.
They're like, get the fuck out of here. Why are you here?
Because Keegan behind the camera, he's done financial planning.
That's hard.
He's real smart with what he does. And I know this YouTube isn't going to last forever. So I want to plan that. Because I had a corporate job. I've been in a cubicle before. I've been trapped like a little monkey in a suit. And me and my wife are setting ourselves up so that no matter what happens to this YouTube game, that we're good, you know?
Yeah.
So we do a lot of investing into real estate and we're looking at different things. If someone like me and Keegan were to try and create like a investment firm for rappers, like, hey, Mr. Bling Bling, like, we'll give you some advice. Do you think that could work? Or
fuck yes.
Yeah?
You're going to be dealing with a lot of knuckleheads, you know what I'm saying? But every once in a while, you'll catch some good ones like me, and it's going to be definitely worth it.
Because that's what I was thinking about. Like, let's say we get some dude that's used to, like, popping people on the corner, and I have to call him and be like, hello, sir, your bling expenses have exceeded your monthly income this month. Like, you have to stop. Fuck you. Oh, right. sorry. Right. You know?
But, like, if they really gangster about their money, man, they going to listen. I promise you. Like me, if, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit, I'll fuck around really talk to you after this interview because, like, I need shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's good. Like, you know, like, shit, I'll fuck around getting to, God forbid, we get into a wreck on the way there. Boom, my throat get cut. I survive, but I can't rap like that no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely a smart thing to do, a good thing. Like me, that's why I ain't got no jury.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, first of all, I really don't need it because, like, I feel like there's, like, bro, there's people that don't even rap and they Cubaned up, bust down presidential rollies and shit. Mm-hmm. And they're like, you know, they don't even rap.
Yeah.
They don't even listen to rap.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like, I feel like that shit kind of watered down. That's why I don't really wear it. You know, I feel like my boots, my cowboy hat, and my grills itself is my iconic look.
Oh, 100%. Do you feel like there's any rapper you've met or any businessman you've met that just, like, from an entrepreneur standpoint, you're like, this guy knows what he's doing. Like, he's put himself in a great position.
Yeah. Hobson. Jay-Z.
Hobson. So I'm curious about, like, the underground world because I feel like, I don't know if it's getting smaller, although I've seen more political underground guys. Like this guy, Adam Calhoun, has come out. You know who Tom McDonald is?
Oh, white boy with Chris. Yeah.
He has, all of it is like him and his girlfriend do all of their music videos and all of their merch, and they ship out. Like, those guys are interesting to me because
those are some bad motherfuckers.
Dude, from a business standpoint, they know how to knock it out of the park.
Yeah, for sure. And when you don't have a team, it's a lot harder. So if they're doing it with just him and her, that's some bad motherfucker shit.
Like, one thing, again, I heard from a label, like a big artist, he's selling out shows right now, doing crazy numbers. And I heard from some of his people, like, oh yeah, he's got 20 people in the label, like, working on the marketing. I'm like, what are 20 people? There's no way 20 people are marketing this shit. Like, there's not enough to do for 20 people.
I think I got the whole cinematic team, and that's a fuckload of people. Shout out Johnny and Cinematic, you know. Then I have my boys here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it take a lot to do a lot.
The other thing is you're on a journey that there's not a lot of roadmaps. Like, there's not a lot of... Like, the same thing with the YouTube journey is, like, I have a few peers that I can call, and it's so helpful to be like, dude, I don't know what I'm doing in this situation. Can you help me with this?
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's like that in the rap world where you have a few guys that you can call and you've been like, hey, what does this contract mean? Or hey, I still love the show, but I'm getting X. Like, does this make sense? Or like,
I think everybody on my team has that role for me, especially Beat On. Like Beat On, he's been in this music industry. Him and G Luck, they've been in this industry for fucking 15 plus years. You know what I'm saying? So like, they have a lot of experience with seeing and doing. So it's good to have them on my team. They're the motherfuckers I go to.
yeah. What's exciting about the people you have on your team is to see the cloth that everyone is cut from. Like, they got NBA YoungBoy, they got Lil Wayne, they've had Kevin Gates. Like, these are names that are like, holy shit.
Oh yeah, shout out my boy Fee. Yeah, Fee, he's the one that got Kevin Gates, No Cap, Quando Rondo, and YoungBoy, me.
That's a crazy lineup, dude.
Yeah.
And then how much confidence does that give you when you know that those names are on their resume and they're looking at you as like, damn, we can blow this out of the water.
Man,
like,
fuck that. My fans give me my confidence.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, first of all, like, if I don't believe in myself, why the fuck should you?
Right.
So, like, that comes first. But my fans are definitely the ones that, like, make me feel like I'm that nigga, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
So,
I'm going to go on a complete tangent in another direction. I want to know, because I feel like this story has got to have something to it. How did you lose your virginity? Can you walk us through that story?
all right. So, bro, I was doing some, like, bro, see, like, all right, so I was doing some wild shit. Like, I remember fucking hoes in the boys' locker room. You know what I'm saying? Like, really doing some shit. So, like,
You were that dog,
bro. I was nasty. I ain't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, it was already all so new to me. I'm like, I don't got right here. I'll fuck her outside of the school.
dude.
You know what I'm saying? And I was younger. I lost my virginity to a bitch that was older than me. But I lied about my age. Said I was, like, around her age, like, a little younger.
Mm-hmm.
And
How do you remember how old you were?
however old you are, and Miss Berkman class 6, Miss Berkman's closet.
Shout out Miss Burke. You lost your virginity in a teacher's closet?
Hell yeah.
Dude,
After school.
that is a legendary thing to be able to say.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you have to sneak back into the classroom?
Nah, hell no. Like I said, it was after school. I'm sure Miss Berkman was out there doing whatever she do. Boom, quick, you know. Get in.
Do you think Miss Berkman had any idea that you were getting down in her closet?
When she came back, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure she knew.
That little bit of that stank in there. She's like, ooh.
Yeah. We wasn't fucking. She just put it in my mouth and I grew in her mouth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Little quick like that.
You
Wasn't
seem
that
like a
crazy.
guy that, like, I'm betting there was a 50-50 chance that you fucked one of your teachers growing up.
I wish. I honestly could have. Cause like I don't even want to bring her name up. That's how close I was to like real life getting in that motherfucker.
Ooh.
It's like, bro, I'm the reason why she damn near did my test for me. You know what I'm saying? Like fucking every single day I come in late, stoned to the bone. She'd look at me.
Stoned to the bone.
Yeah, she'd give me that look, you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Like, bitch, you wanna eat me, right? Yeah, and I think I was like a senior at the time, so like we was thinking the same thing, you know. She'd come to school looking good, she'd put her lipstick on and shit like that.
Dude, how exciting was that?
It was
Because I remember it was like a good chunk of middle school and a good chunk of high school, like just being so horny all the time.
Bro, I remember I ran up like over $1,000 on porn on Dish Network. I was like in the 5th grade, and bro, I didn't realize how quick $13 was stacking up. You know what I'm saying? Like my nanny and my pop, and they were like, "What the fuck?"
Had you not heard of Pornhub, or what were you doing paying for it, dog?
I just was so new to everything. You know what I'm saying? I saw it on TV. It was coming on free on TV. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here buying this shit, but like I just bought it because like it had some crazy ass names, you know, and then like.
That was the era when a porn star mattered. Like people actually Googled by the star.
Yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying? I feel like now, you know, like I feel like it's not even on talent no more. Like it just be a sexy ass bitch. Like bitch can't even suck no dick. I'd rather have an okay hoe eat me up like a champion than a sexy ass hoe fuck me like she weak.
If the technique is, you got to put some effort into it.
You know what I'm saying?
You know?
Cause I'm in there really putting in that work, you know. So I expect that shit back. And I remember one time I knew this was a point in my life where I was like, yeah, I need to step my game up in fucking. Cause like you know what I'm saying, I was sitting here putting in that work, sweating all this, and shorty just like, all right.
She said, all right.
She didn't say all right, but she was just acting like chill, you know. I'm like, bitch.
That would have hurt my feelings, dude.
Yeah.
I would have gone home and felt like.
Just fat, like a fat, lazy fuck.
I have an idea
I mean, granted, I really didn't give a fuck, but like within that split second of me thinking of it, I was like, damn.
Well, I mean, because I think like this is what porn gets wrong is like you don't necessarily have to get the woman off, but to me, like getting her off is like when my wife gets off, it's like I feel it's as good as me getting off.
Right,
It's like Daddy did his job.
Right,
You know what I mean?
yeah, make you feel good about yourself, definitely.
And if you miss, you're like you're thinking about that. Like
Yeah.
you just feel like you just didn't do the job. Like you didn't earn that overtime that day.
Yeah, and sometimes you gotta chill out on porn because like you ever watch porn so much and then you try to fuck a woman and it's like just ain't all that, you know.
Part of me wishes
like,
I never watched it ever.
It's yeah, right. It's
You
like
know
that
what I
dopamine, like that porn fucks your dopamine up. So then you go try and fuck something and it's like I want to watch porn.
I was trying to think like, okay, let's just say you're 1700s when there was just like books and like drawings of stuff.
Jacking out to encyclopedias.
Do you think people jacked off just as much then as they do now?
Man, I'm sure they did some crazier shit. You know,
Dude, they would read a poem and be like,
fucking thrilled, juiced up, bro. Oh, fuck.
and in those days, like, let's say you live far away
And
from
then they
each other.
didn't wear anything. They probably seen elbows getting turned on.
Oh, dude, like someone's like boot fell off and there's like their stocking fell off and they're like,
ankle on that bitch.
oh. Yeah. Speaking of which, we're trying to do something that is.
Hold on. If you were a porn star, what would be your porn star name?
Tommy D.
Tommy D. Oh, shit. I like it.
Or the G, Tommy G, and the G is for girthy. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? I bring that donk to the party, dude.
That fucking number 7 with no buns. Yeah, I like that shit. Look at him.
Down for whatever. Salute.
Bro,
Yeah.
what's the furthest you would go in a porno? Like, would you let a girl finger your ass while she sucks you up?
Oh.
But you're getting paid, granted. You know, you're
I would
getting
have to
paid.
be firmly established in my career.
Firmly established.
Here's the thing. If it felt amazing, but it your street cred, dude, like, can you maintain good street cred, but someone's sticking a finger in your butt crack?
Well, the butt crack and the asshole are two completely different things. Let's start off with that.
Explain. I feel like I'm on a different page from you.
The ass crack? You
Same-
think the ass crack and the asshole is the same thing?
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, continue.
What were we saying?
Street. How can you possibly maintain street
No, you can't.
cred?
I don't think you could. Well, I don't know. Fucking Gunna became a rat and people still jamming him. I don't know. I guess there's a difference between a finger in your ass and being a snitch.
I feel like a finger is the absolute farthest you can go.
A finger? I feel like maybe 3 fingers is the furthest you
I
can
mean,
go.
if she's wearing the fucking you know what, and
Yeah.
this is how I sometimes think about sex. No matter how good something might feel, if there was a videotape of you doing it and it could never get out, otherwise you're fucked.
Yeah.
That's the line to draw.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Like if the government is secretly videotaping your shit or like in your webcam or whatever, and you think,
Damn, that
oh, I
sucks.
might run for president one day, and then they contact you to like, oh yeah, sir, we have the video with what you did with the the butthole,
Yeah, that'd be some shit.
and then you just have to fold or do you just own it? And
What
be
do you
like,
think the max? Yeah. What do you think like that would be? Like a fruit in your ass?
I mean, are we talking like a baby carrot or a cantaloupe?
We'll say the baby carrots, but you have to do like 5 of them.
You know what? This is how I can easily say no to that. I know that my wife would fucking be so grossed out, but if I got something stuck on my ass, she would think I was such a little bitch that she would not be down.
Yeah. Andrew Jackson. I don't this made me think of him because of like the savage shit. I remember hearing stories learning about Andrew Jackson and like he would go through villages and just knock people off. Like I heard that motherfucker was like fucking. I heard he went crazy from fucking having lead in him. Like he been shot plenty of times. Like of course was the president's on a $20 bill, But I heard he did some savage ass shit. Like fucking came through fucking what are they called? Like towns. Fucking knocked the dudes off, the women. You know what I'm saying?
Wasn't he called Old Hickory because he would always hit people with the stick? I feel like that's...
I don't know, but I know Andrew Jackson was a savage ass motherfucker. Like I remember learning about him, and my teacher glorified him because he was like a bad motherfucker. Like he was excited to teach about him.
When you're thinking of like all-time people in history that are just bad...
Pancho Villa.
Tell the audience.
Fought in the Mexican War.
Because he's
He
a
was
Mexican
horseman
folk
too.
hero.
Yeah,
Like
he was a horseman. Like he was like shooting shit while moving on a horse. Like that's a bad motherfucker. It's hard to ride a horse by itself. I already take a lot of muscle. I mean, me and CJ be riding all day horses and fucking my thighs be burnt the next day.
Yeah.
Dead.
When we were in Piedras Negras, I was telling you that story about when we got raided. This guy was poor as fuck. Like no fridge, no nothing in his house, but he had a picture of Pancho Villas on his.
That's hard.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, Pancho Villa's a bad motherfucker, bro.
I love that, dude. Like when people just like stand up to the man, like when they're just not scared. I remember hearing about this Native American. I think it was back in maybe Aztec times, but he was standing up against whoever the big army was that he shouldn't have stood up against. They cut off both of his arms. I think his name was Galvarino. Well, he went back to camp and tied a sword to each stump.
Yes.
And went back and took care of business.
That was crazy. I remember hearing about that. That is crazy. You heard that, Nate, right? Bad motherfucker. He was in the Aztec times. He stood up to a leader he wasn't supposed to stand up to. They cut both of his arms off. He went back to his hood, fucking got some, like, looked like Baraka. You know what I'm saying? Put the blades on his arms and went back and knocked those motherfuckers off. Like he was a warrior. Yeah, that's right.
I think we just, there's something instinctual in us that just loves the warrior. Like that's why I think the Diaz brothers have gotten so much cred over the years. Like the guy that will go in there as a dog and fight into the last breath.
That guy, I like dog fights, bro. Definitely. The fights to the end.
You know dog. Okay.
Oh yeah, not literal dog fights, but like, you know, just a good ass dog fight, like till the end. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you watch any sort of fighting, boxing, cage fighting, anything like that?
I used to watch the street beefs, like when a fucking neo-Nazi and a fucking Mexican mafia would fight in the cornfields in a fucking bumfuck Egypt. You know, those are my favorite fights. I want to see somebody jump like 4 feet in the air and land on his knees on a dude's head. You know what I'm saying? Like,
there's another one that's extreme. Are you talking about felony fights, dude?
Felony fights, that's what it was, not street beef.
That stuff is
Yeah, that's what I grew up watching.
There was stuff when, like, the ref should have been stepping in.
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
He just wasn't.
But bro, it's a felony fight, you know, like that was the whole purpose of it, you know?
That was
some Def Jam
intense.
Vendetta shit, like some fucking, you should be in jail.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I'm sure people died out there. I remember this YouTube you had to sign into.
Yeah, you had to let them know that you were 18 or older to see that.
Yeah, I remember watching this sword fight. Now, of course, it was like all fun and games, you know what I'm saying? Like, there were two buddies, but one of them, they blocked it, he swung it around, and as he swung it around, the knife came and chopped off his arm. Fucking clean ass chop. On YouTube, had to sign in, yeah.
That type of stuff makes me queasy, dude. Like, I could
You
never be...
remember Reddit 50/50?
I feel like we're about to go down a dark, dark tunnel right now.
But they had this thing called Hall of Meat. And
this part's going to have to be off YouTube. We're going to put this part on the Patreon, but this part is going to get us a strike on YouTube. Keep going. We had to cut some of this episode for YouTube. The extended cut is in the description. We're going to go back into a little more civilized world.
Right. There we go.
Let's just say that from what we were talking about before, there's a reason I could not be a emergency room doctor, or even I wonder if I could be a fireman.
Some wicked shit, bro. My girl, her fucking father used to work for a towing company. You know, so like he would see some awful ass wrecks. You know, like babies in the fucking car seat beheaded and shit. You know, like seen some wicked shit. So yeah, I can imagine that.
There's just certain jobs out there that take very special people. Like, imagine being an undertaker, a
Bro,
butcher.
My grandfather, you know what I'm saying? I remember being asleep 2 a.m. He's waking up to go pick up a dead body. You know, my grandpa worked at the morgue, you know what I'm saying? That's why he was cutting grass. He'd be out, he'd maintenance on the cemetery. He'd shower the dead bodies, bathe them, clean them up, get them ready for, you know, to be buried and things like that.
There's a lot of jobs, and this is what I love about the show Dirty Jobs with Mike Rowe. He highlighted a whole bunch of people that we just have forgotten about, or like we don't give the proper respect to. Like even the garbage man that like
they deal with shit, literally.
Dude, stuff there's so many people in this country that make it run. And we've kind of gotten this attitude about certain jobs that like, oh, I'm too good for this, or those people are just like people have gotten too, I don't know if it's uppity or like not grateful.
Yeah.
And there's so many people that make this world go round that is like, dude, Like,
For
thank you
sure.
for doing what you do.
Like Mexicans paving the fucking road and concretes and sidewalks and shit. You know what I'm saying? Simple shit like that.
Putting on roofs
Yeah.
in 100-degree weather.
Come on, bro. Don't nobody want to be out there doing that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Have you ever had a real job?
Yeah, I was like 16 working at Panda Express and HEB at the same time.
H&B, is that the like
HEB.
HEB?
My stepmother got into a
That's
car
a
wreck.
grocery store?
Yeah.
Okay.
My stepmother got into a car wreck, messed up her back, so, somebody had to do something. Not only that, she was always losing jobs. I was getting in trouble at school. She'd have to come pick me up from school so many times. Eventually, her jobs were like, nigga, what the fuck? Fuck you.
Did you enjoy your jobs?
HEB, because, like, man, hoes was in and out.
Yeah.
I met a lot of people like that.
So let's close out a little bit here. What is the next 45 days? Where are you going? What's the mission? How are you feeling?
Man, feel good. The goal is just to get bigger in my career, enjoying it. I'm trying to enjoy the little things, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that's what I get to look back on, so just trying to make as much memories as I can with my boys and enjoy this music shit. I don't party, I don't drink. I'm not out here looking for all these hoes to fuck, so I'm just enjoying my music and just being with my boys,
It's a beautiful chapter, and I think you're exactly right. The little things in life are really, if you can't enjoy that, then you're screwed.
Right.
Like, to me, the things that I hold sacred are waking up and petting my dog and going for a walk
see
and
what I'm
holding
saying?
hands with my wife on the sidewalk. Like, that is like, those are the little things that make up your life. Because there's all these high and low moments. Like, you'll be on stage, there's a bunch of people, but most of the life is kind of on the more mundane or boring side. And if you
Right.
can't enjoy that, then
You're fucked.
yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that for sure. Cause like that, man, there's just like me in my life, like I feel like everything is panned out perfect. Like I feel like I hear like me and my boys will be doing something and the only thing that's missing is like the fucking cue of the crowd laughing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like I enjoy my little moments with my people. Like I be feeling like I have movie moments,
Yeah.
So it's cool.
So, folks, we got to talk to one of the most dynamic rappers in the game right now.
Thank you.
A guy causing absolute commotion, a tsunami, if you will.
Yeah.
And it's fun to see, and I'm very excited to see you on the show in Chicago.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think you've ever seen me perform. This is my favorite part of the career. So for me to be able to do this in front of you, I'm excited to show off.
Is there a song that's like your favorite? Like, that people are just going to...
That Cowboy Killer. You saw the video?
You showed me in the Escalade, didn't you?
Not the video of the song, like the video of me performing it in Denver.
Oh, no, dude.
I gotta show you that. Matter of fact, hold on my phone. Check this shit out. They went crazy. I thought Brianna was gonna go crazy.
Dude, do people go nuts for Barrio?
Yeah,
That's probably my favorite of all time. That is just...
they definitely flip shit for Barrio. And R.I.P. Lefty SM, man, that's crazy, bro.
The fellas that just did that video passed away?
Lefty SM and the song with me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What happened?
they killed him, in Mexico, I don't want to really speak on it because I don't know too much, but from what I heard, they ran through his home and killed him, Let me see, hold on. Oh, no, this is Austin. Hold on, fuck, please let me find it. Here we go, look.
Look at that crowd. Look at that, dude.
Yeah, that Cowboy Killer's that shit.
Man.
That Johnny Dang, that's my little dog Bushwick.
Good looking dog. Folks, what a beautiful life it can be if you just gamble on yourself and chase something long enough.
Yeah, for sure, bro. I heard Jim Carrey say this, and his father told him this. He said, "Do you want to fucking fail at the job you didn't already want,
Yeah.
or you want to fail at what the fuck you love doing?"
Yeah.
So that stuck with me, and I remember it just ever since then. It's like, well, I'm already here. Let's do it.
Folks, get out there, put your foot on the gas, and let's get after it. Life is a goddamn adventure, and it's a
Yeah.
lot of fun if you follow it.
And
Follow the path.
And it's way too short, Because average people are already dying like in their 60s. You sleep, we'll say 8 hours a day. That's already fucking half of your life. If you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So really, you're living like 10 years, 20 years. And then you got to count the time when you're broke. You can't really live how you want to live.
Mm-hmm.
So when you got that money, now you're living how you want to live. So you're even living shorter than that. So yeah, life is way too short.
Folks, love you guys. See you next week. Peace.